Hello, and welcome once again to another fun-filled, heretical episode of Inside the World of Mack's Headroom. Today, I'm in a little bit of a predicament because I have something that's really, I think, kind of hot off the press. And I'd really like to it's a picture, and I'd really like to be able to show you the picture, but unfortunately, being the boomer that I am, I really lack the technical skills to figure out how to splice it into the video. As you know, I don't edit anything, so I'm going to have to try to show it to you from my phone, so the image may not be that good. But I think it's worthwhile just getting out there because it's really a very interesting picture. I'll give you a little background. My research associate, the Miss Lady in the Shadows, turned me on to a picture this morning that was sent to her by her best friend, and it was an ad that popped up on a weather app. And when she sent it to me, it just blew my mind. It had blown her mind, I'm sure. It had blown her friend's mind. And yet I searched all over YouTube and Google and stuff to find out more about this ad, and I couldn't find much. So I thought that I would do a video and expose this, as they say. But let me show you the picture, okay? Just because I want to try to get this over with. As you can see, it came right up off of a phone, and it is a advertisement for Postmates, which is a home delivery service. But if you look real carefully, you'll see the picture that's in the center there, which is a piece of pizza that has like spread legs coming out of it in a very suggestive manner. And then it just says 30 days unlimited free delivery. But can you see that? It's a picture of a piece of pizza with spread legs. And you can see it looks like a real, advertisement. But, okay, I just want to make sure you can see the picture. Okay? So, like I said, this just kind of popped up. And, if any of you, and I assume if you watch my channel, you're probably hip to a lot of the stuff to begin with. Pizza is a international kind of, it's not even covert anymore, but it's an FBI recognized symbol to symbolize pedophilia amongst, it's a code symbol. And, again, I'm sure you all know about this, but if you've, sure you've climbed down the Pizzagate rabbit hole and come across places like Voodoo Donuts and Comet Ping Pong and stuff, and they were doing all kinds of crazy things with pictures of pizza. And I'm sure you've heard about Pizzagate, right? Which has to do with political people being involved in sexual abuse of children and using, again, the symbolic language, which the FBI, if you just Google it, you'll see all these different symbols. But pizza is one of the big ones, right? And there was this whole thing about Pizzagate, which had to do with actually pizza joints, that were being really perverted. We'll just put it that way, okay? In terms of, children and child sexual abuse and stuff. It just was, you all know that narrative. So isn't it interesting that all of a sudden this thing pops up on, on a weather app? And it's from this place called Postmates, which is a food delivery place. I guess because of COVID, the food delivery thing is a real big business now. But, you have to ask yourself, isn't that a little weird? I mean, it sort of reminds me a little bit of the Hasbro Troll Doll, which I did a video on before. Like, all of a sudden, out of the blue, out of a toy store, this doll with a magic little button that makes her make sexual sounds all of a sudden comes out, without any advertisement that's one of the details of the product. This is very much like that. Now, there's only two reasons that this could have popped up on my friend's weather app, okay? One would be if it was like a hack thing, like a pop-up thing, right? That somebody thought this would be funny or something and hacked that in. Or the other thing is that it could actually be a form of like targeted marketing. Now, I know that sounds kind of goofy, like, oh gosh, I mean, people are going to, this place is advertising to pedophiles? Well, I mean, maybe it very well could be. I did some brief research on Postmates and did find out that their advertising campaign is a bit curious. You could do the research if you want yourself, but I mean, they are known for like highly sexualized pictures of eating food. The funniest part about it is they have a whole billboard campaign, and they are the strangest expressions on billboards, like as you're driving down the highway. And I just quoted a few of them that I want to tell you, just to give you an idea that Postmates might actually be doing some very specific targeted marketing. And I guess there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're not trying to market to a population of people that we all love to hate, I guess. It seems, a bit messed up. So let me just tell you a couple of the ones that were on the billboards. One of them was, when you eat a brownie that makes you when you eat a brownie that makes you want 500 brownies, we get it. Now I can dig that, okay? I mean but it's definitely, that advertisement's targeted, to people who get high on pot, right? Here was another one. If you're so high you can taste sound, but it's not filling you up, we get it. I mean, it's a little wacky, right? There was another one too that I thought was kind of interesting. They're just these slogans on billboards that are all from Postmates, right? The best way to enjoy sushi is on a bed of a bed. I mean, somebody took a course in subliminal communication or something somewhere along the line at Postmates, because at least there seems to be some evidence that they're using some very, maybe you could call it creative, but certainly some curious marketing for their product, or for their service, rather. But this one here, let's take a look at it again, okay? This one here, a piece of pizza with spread legs, and a lot of people know that that symbol is for pedophilia. It sure seems to me like they're marketing to pedophiles. Now, I don't know that I want to really discuss the ethics of that, but I just think that it's important to realize that, either way, I've said this many times, and believe me, this is not coming from a place like Maps or, Pi or any of that kind of stuff. But I mean, pedophilia is kind of here to stay. Like, it's a problem we're going to have to figure out what to do with. But to expect to wish it away is just not going to happen. And the example of the Hasbro troll doll, in my other tape, you can watch it if you want to see more of it. But that to me was a real attempt by elitists to play a practical joke, or perhaps arm pedophiles with a tool to groom children with. That's very possible. But in this case, it's marketing. It's advertising. I mean, if I got a pop-up like that and I saw that was a piece of pizza, like the place that was advertising pizza, I'd say, geez, they're really going down pretty far down to the bottom of the barrel to attract people to buy their pizza. I wouldn't get pizza from that place. I don't know that I'd order from it. Not that I'm such a prude, because I think the ones about brownies and stuff are kind of funny. But if you look at that whole picture there of this means of marketing, and we all know that populations are targeted, in a marketing campaign, then it's a little concerning to me that pedophiles may be being actually targeted themselves. Not targeted, but I mean they may be marketed to and catered to. And in a society, do we want to do that or not? I'm not here to make that judgment. I know I don't like the idea personally, but anyway. So there you have it. It seems like, it really doesn't matter if it's a hack or if it's really Postmates. I really don't think it matters, because, you see, if it's a hack, it's still somebody trying to say something about the presence of pedophilia in the country, or in the world. And if it is used, consciously by Postmates, then it's another statement about pedophilia. And I guess the rest is up to us about figure out what to do with it. But I just thought I'd flash this out for you. Postmates may be doing some very curious things, and if you all want to do any research or comment in the comment section below, let me know what you think. I thought this was pretty weird. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks again for being with me on another fun-filled heretical episode of Inside the World of Mack's Headroom. Oh yeah, see ya.